Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Although I don't know why I say that.
Well, we have a long
because
tail.
they say this show has a tail, right? Where people listen to it on their own. So how would you greet people if you wanted to reference time, but you realize that people listen to it for a good time on their own time?
Mike, one thing I know is that our show in many ways is like John Cougar Mellencamp because he also had a tail. But I would
he's featured in. We were both reading about him today because there's something about him, right? About spina bifida. Let me see.
That's where the tail thing. He didn't really have a tail. He had spina bifida, but he beat it. And I think he's very short too.
I didn't put it in my.
Okay.
Round
well, you can always go to johncougarmellencamp.com, folks, and get your details there.
Mac, is Rob sounding a little louder than normal?
A little.
Okay,
yeah.
I can fix it. I'll fix that.
Yeah,
Sorry
fix
about that.
Please, So.
I mean, simply greetings or happy holidays would work.
I just have been giving a tremendous amount of thought to things that I consume online because it's it's just a window into my soul, and it's so weird. And by the way, thank you for joining us on the Mike O'Mara Show. We've got a very good show planned for you. Oscar is a little tardy, but we were given permission to start the party without him today. I have to tell you,
as good as Oscar is as a texter, I told him that we were starting, and he replied, "Thank YUIB. Thank you, thank you."
So he's on the way.
He's on the way.
Listen, hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
So here it is. I don't know why Mr. Internet funnels me certain things.
The
it
inventor
doesn't
of the
make
Internet,
sense.
Joe Internet.
Mr. Internet just funnels me things, and if I told you, I'm going to tell you what they think kick I'm on right now.
Okay.
And it's not. I'm not proud of it. But it's death row inmates.
Now, do you see this on YouTube or
YouTube?
Do you see,
Primarily YouTube is what I, I mean, I'm on everything, but YouTube is where I will just while away the hours.
Understood.
I find myself now, I spend more time surfing than I do watching. Much more time.
Okay.
I will, when we get a great show, even if it's a really, really great show, I still default back to mindless video shorts on Facebook or YouTube, and I don't.
Do the same. I do the same on TikTok because you can give a TikTok video 1 second, and it is really a time vampire. You can just.
I will
fly
tell
through
you
it.
that I've talked about in the past the slot machines that I will sit there and mindlessly watch. Somebody told me, might have been a professional, who told me that is self-hypnosis. That you shut your mind down totally. I am able to get that same fix without having to, drain my funds in a casino. Mm-hmm. And I'm able to also, what it has served to do is there are certain videos of people playing slot machines for much more money than I could ever imagine playing a slot machine for that lose. And that not only frustrates me because you're sitting there and totally living vicariously through that person, so you're frustrated when they don't win because you're like, where's the bonus? Where's the bonus? Where's the bonus? And by doing that with this one particular guy, I'm not going to give him a plug. He doesn't need the plugs. Okay. There are all these guys now, influencers that are out in Las Vegas, and they take videos of their slot machines. And I watch this guy, and I get so frustrated, and it also just brings home the fact, I get my fix, and I'm glad I'm not him.
Yeah, because,
you know what I mean?
I've been to many gambling cities with you many times over the past 30-plus years. And for you, it's really not about the high stakes or winning or lose. You like to win, but you're just as happy to be part of the action.
The action is important. The money is not. And I think a lot of people that play slot machines would tell you that because there's an old adage that I subscribe to that you can never get enough of what won't satisfy you. It pertains to alcohol. It pertains to food. It pertains to sex. It pertains to many things that get the those
cortex going.
The serotonin or whatever the hell it is. That's what it's all about. So I watch this, and then I realize that my personality is I have a dark side, and the dark side is this British interview lady who talks to inmates on death row right before they're going to put the needle in their arm.
Wow, that is. I mean, we all have a dark side,
that
but that is way dark.
This
way
is
dark.
like born out of Tony Soprano watching World War II videos.
Yep, exactly.
Watching that type of stuff because there's a lot of that crap out there. And then we have, if you've been listening carefully, we have the ASMR videos, which is the cracking of the back, and then pretty much it all fragments after that into a series of golf videos. Now the latest last night.
That's a weird three-way, Mike.
It's a very strange world. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up right now and let me see what
Max
I
said
get.
that we could have made an ASMR video this weekend of the fruitcake being stirred in the mixer.
And does that make when you're stirring that fruitcake, does that make a
Yes.
yeah,
and it's
like
very, very, it's rhythmical, it's colorful. And
I'm gonna do an
easy to stir
experiment
it.
here. I
Okay.
can't bring it up on the screen. I wish I could, but I can't. I could if we, teach me, Mike McIntosh, teach me. And I'm bringing it up right now. I have slot machine, watches, how to hinge your wrists on the golf swing, and then we start getting into. We have George Santos Gets Revenge. We have the David Letterman show.
Yeah.
And then
Based on
we have the
current
Mike
viewing.
O'Mara show.
Yeah.
And then
Where are your
more slot machines.
Where are your death row videos? Or have you watched them all?
It seems that it's not giving that to me right now. But I get a lot of the craze, which is the gangsters from England played by Tom Hardy. It's weird stuff. I don't know why.
I don't know that.
But watches, slot machines, Popeye's chicken sandwich.
I think that might be our overlap.
And then best moments on. Here's something nice, wholesome. Best moments on Modern Family. Part one.
Oh, really? Okay. That's nice.
Israeli military raids Hamas headquarters.
I like the Modern Family more.
Do-it-yourself golf simulators, and anyway, and I don't know. So very mundane. I don't think I think I would be. I have no problem with people seeing that. I think it would be perfectly okay. But and then it's just I'm a very predictable person.
Yeah,
very, very predictable. And it amazes me that one of my favorite watch guys, this guy Roman from Philadelphia, who has a company, I'll give him a plug, called Luxury Bazaar. Okay. And he has tremendous amounts of video, whole video department in his business. And Roman has this influencer that interviews him.
It's not the Roman from Secession, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not that guy. And they walk in. They walk in and immediately,
Sometimes it is a big dick competition.
No, it's not. It's not that Roman. So
our YouTube feeds couldn't be any different, Mike. My top recommendations this morning are the oldest surviving color videotape recording of Eisenhower, Stevie Wonder.
I've had Eisenhower on mine. I've had D-Day Eisenhower on mine before.
All right, I've got Stevie Wonder performing Higher Ground and Superstition.
Oh, see, now, if you've got Higher Ground, that's my favorite Stevie. Can you play a little? No, we can't. We can't.
No, we shouldn't. But, I mean, people should know it's a classic Stevie. Yeah. I've got Ali Sheedy at age 13 on To Tell the Truth. And then,
hey, Mac, if Oscar was here and I asked him if Rob played the karaoke version of Higher Ground.
No.
No?
No, they've gotten crazy about it.
Not allowed?
Yeah.
Nope.
They're nuts?
Even covers you can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
How sad.
And then Dana Carvey on Conan. So, I mean,
what about,
we're
hold on.
different.
What about a cappella covers?
Like just the isolated vocal?
Keep on.
You should
What?
be okay unless you get very
B.O.
close
what?
to the
Yeah,
song.
B.O.?
You should be okay.
Should be okay.
Should be okay.
Anyway, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do that.
But
Just
yeah,
got
I mean, mine
just
are-
got talked to. I got talked to. We had a discussion about that
Yeah.
just the other day. I'm not going to do that today. So the point I wanted to make. I'm watching my watch guy, and it's wheeling and
Roman,
dealing
yeah.
for these incredible, expensive watches, and then this nad pops up on my feed, who is an influencer, and he's
Right.
doing an interview with Roman, a guy that I
Okay.
could talk to for hours. I
Right.
could talk to this guy and I'm watching this dope, this absolute total dope with 500 million subscribers, just going, so what's it like? Yeah, like that. And I'm sitting there. My head wants to explode
I
because
understand.
I want to be that guy doing that, but I don't have the energy to, drive to Philadelphia. But that's all. I'm rambling.
Well,
I'm
you could head up
rambling
there, Mike. You
incoherently.
could catch an Eagles game and talk to Roman.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Not against San Francisco.
No,
again.
no.
By the way, last night, I referenced this a little earlier on Facebook today, there was just an amazing football game. You want to know why football is king as far as spectator sports? Go watch the Jaguars and the Bengals last night and watch
I
that
stayed
game.
with it until the third quarter. It was
Oh,
fun.
my God, Rob, it was that's late. That's staying up
Tell
pretty
me
late.
about it. I didn't care for the lateness, but you know what? Having my son home for the holidays, it gets me motivated because he's way into it, of course, because, you
Yeah.
know, of all he's a football culture kid. And he
Right.
says, can we watch Monday Night Football? And that normally wouldn't even occur to me. And we get sucked in. It's a great game. So it was fun.
I can't believe. And did he bail too, or did you just bail?
No, I bailed. He stayed up a little bit because he
Did
doesn't
he
have
watch
to.
the whole thing? Do you know?
I don't know. It was overtime. I know that.
It was
I read
an
that this
overtime
morning.
game.
Yeah.
And spectacular football game. All right,
Robert
we didn't
Robert
get it.
stays up late because he doesn't have to set an alarm until January 10th.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Let me ask you, because we didn't get to it yesterday.
Yeah.
This past weekend was the fruitcaking weekend.
Yes.
And thank you for your orders. We appreciate that. And Rob, and with hats off to Michael McIntosh, who was
Great.
in the kitchen, the Robb Spiewak kitchen. And
Thank you.
Mac, you into it when you do this? Do you like the procedure?
Yeah, it was good.
I have to ask Mac this
Thanks
question.
for that enthusiastic reaction.
it's-
I appreciate that.
Mac, let me rephrase the
Sorry.
question.
Go ahead.
You have been in on the tail end of fruitcaking before, boxing, packaging, shipping, but you have never been there for the full day of baking.
Correct.
What was your takeaway from that? Because you got there, you stayed about 10 hours. You were there in the morning
Yeah.
and you left when we were packaging. So what is your takeaway from the fruitcake operation?
It
We
was
had a
definitely-
tight staff, Mike. We only had 4 people this year.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
we
it
were
was
on
definitely
machine.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I was struggling, as people
By the way,
could
when
tell.
you're talking, do we just get the shot of TMOS when you talk?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Well, no, it's a 4-shot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. I get it.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had fun with everyone. A lot of jokes to be had.
What is your of the 4 people that were there?
Which
Mac,
was
I'm gonna-
lovely. Then we
I'm
all
gonna-
went to the Olive Garden, which was
I'm good.
lovely.
Mike, let me hold his hand on this one.
All right, very good.
We've got me, we've got Sharon Bailey, who is not only an amazing baker, but our liaison with the Postal Service. So if you got a fruitcake, you thank Sharon Bailey. We had Matt Bloom, who was there, experienced fruitcaker, and we had Max. So that's 4
Hey,
people.
Sharon, I want to say thank you for all your help. That's appreciated. We know you love doing it, and we want to give you a round of applause, too. And to Pony, thank you for the assistance. We appreciate that as well. Very, very nice. So you had your scaled down, and I hate to say it, but it's sad. You scaled down by 1 because our good friend, the late Mark Riddell, who was such a great part of
The
our
best.
family, and
The
we
best.
lost him this year. So how do you rate the
What's
the
your
day?
power
More-
ranking?
I don't
Mac,
want to hear it from Mac. Mac's out of the equation. He's making me
Okay.
depressed.
Oh, don't be depressed.
Oh, come on.
Hey, you come on. But anyway, how do you rate it, Robb Spiewak? You're
Mike,
the
I
the head
put
poobah.
Mac as probably the MVP. I mean,
You said
'cause
that
he-
yesterday.
Yeah, he comes in not knowing what to expect, and I put him on what is a very key and precise task, which is egg cracking. Now, every batch of fruitcakes requires 40 eggs to be cracked, which
Can
is
I
a
ask
lot.
you a question about
Yeah.
mass producing food?
Yeah.
I just thought of this as you brought it up, but no real way with real eggs to get around the idea. I've never seen it industrially. I'm sure they have machines that do them, right?
They do. Well, what you can do is you can buy like a pre-cracked egg thing, like a gallon of eggs, but
Okay.
it's not cost effective for us.
Okay.
And eggs also, that's one thing that you can do nothing in advance for. You have to do it day of. Like spices and nuts and stuff can be pre-measured.
You can store them.
Yeah, absolutely. But for this has to
Back
be
of your
cracked.
car on a 90-degree day.
In the garage, Mike. I leave the car running and with the nuts in it. No, you should know that all of our nuts are stored according to federal regulations.
I know where I
and local.
store my nuts. It's always
Stop
very,
it.
very important. So the egg cracking is his
Yeah,
thing?
and the thing about egg cracking is that one little piece of shell, that sours an entire batch.
Well,
so
hold
you
on.
get a small,
Hold on. You can't take like a stainless steel pair of sanitized tongs and reach into the batter.
Actually,
and
the best
pull it
way
out.
the best way to retrieve an eggshell is with another eggshell because they stick. So if you get a little piece of shell in,
So you can get it out.
You can, but you don't.
Well, why
wanna
did you
have
say
to.
it ruins the whole batch? What the hell
If
does
it
that
gets,
mean?
Mike, settle. If it gets past you, if it gets into the batch, that ruins it. So what you have to do
Stay on it.
is you crack into a small bowl, 4 or
Right.
5 eggs at a time. Make sure they're good, and then there's no shell. Then you
All right,
dump
now
it into
you've
the
bored
main
me
vessel.
too. Mac, let me ask you a question. I want to ask
Yes.
you, can you crack an egg with one hand?
No.
He is the
In
slowest egg cracker I have ever seen.
Do his,
and the
hands,
worst.
do his hands shake when he's cracked? Hi, Oscar has just arrived. Good afternoon. Good to see you. How are you? How is your
I'm
sleep? Everything well?
fantastic.
Very
Good to
good.
see you.
Life is good. Thank you.
So let me ask you this, Mac. Why so slow with the egg cracking?
I had not cracked an egg for about 20 years, maybe close to like 25 years before
I
that.
thought you live in your your own condo / apartment.
I hate eggs.
But they're
like,
orange. At the core, the yolk is orange.
That's true. He should love at least that part of the egg.
No, I hate the taste of eggs.
All right. A very famous food person on television also
Yes.
hates eggs. That's the trivia question. Anybody know? They're world famous, big time famous in the world
Bill
of food.
Cosby.
That
Well,
is
that's
that he has
not a
had
world
nothing to do
food
with
guy.
food.
I know that Julia, golly,
He comes in late, and that's his first contra.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
I'm
That's
gonna
pretty
say-
good to get out of the car and walk in and or get off the street and walk in and make me laugh in 5 seconds.
yeah, but he knew that whatever question was asked of him,
cracked eggs and do the things and the raggets and the rules.
he came in saying that the first thing he would say is Bill Cosby.
All right, so
is it
trivia
Julia
question.
Child?
It is not. It's about think more modern.
Okay, is it Gordon Ramsay?
All right, I'll give you no. It is not Gordon Ramsay. You're getting closer.
Okay.
I refer to him often as the whore of a television network.
Is it Guy Fieri?
It is Guy Fieri.
Fieri?
It's
He-
not
he
Fieri,
hates
it's
eggs?
Fieri.
Fieri, you're right. I
He
misspoke.
hates eggs.
The chef
Doesn't-
hates eggs?
Doesn't like eggs. Like
That's
in
so
as a breakfast
strange.
food. He doesn't like eggs.
How do
remember
you,
that.
How do you weigh in on eggs, Mike? I like
On
eggs.
eggs?
Yeah.
I had eggs last night. I had eggs
Attaboy.
last night right before had a little calorie deficit and was
Scrambled?
hungry and scrambled up 3 eggs
Perfect.
with a couple of let me see, with a couple of pieces of toast. Yummy, yummy, lemon. The only problem I have with eggs, I could eat a dozen eggs.
My,
How long?
you do
what does
anything
he
for
say?
food?
I forgot. What is it?
hour.
No, my son makes beautiful scrambled eggs, and I like scrambled eggs. I like fried eggs. I like boiled eggs.
I
like
love
them in
hard-boiled
every.
eggs, yeah.
I love a poached egg. I love eggs Benedict. I love eggs. Love,
My
love,
mom,
love.
my mother's favorite insult when I was younger involved the word egg in Spanish. It was huevos
Huevos.
pesados.
Huevos,
What does that mean?
Huevos pesados.
Slow eggs.
Dead eggs.
Heavy balls.
And well, I bring this on myself. And
Yes.
what would she? In what context would she use that particular statement?
If others were working around me or my brother,
Yes.
and others as in my sister and my mom, and she would yell into the living room or family room, and she would say, "Huevos pesados." And then we would jump up and start helping because we knew that was the bat signal.
Rob,
To
today,
get moving.
Yes.
based on going forward, because we're gonna have a lot of like family stories and things like that. Would you please send to me one particular sound effect that I want to put on my regular soundboard?
Sure.
And
What do you require?
That is the Clint Eastwood "Good, Bad, and Ugly." Woo, woo.
Okay.
That will be Yoli's. That going forward, that will be Yoli's. Her sound. That's it.
I
You know
love
what
it.
my mom used to say? Do it, do it, do. Somehow feels right.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, congratulations, Mac, on being the MVP. That's wonderful. So overall, don't dwell on this. I just want to ask you, I think you had expressed that it was a little bit of there was a little pause, little sadness as you thought about your pal and our pal,
Very
my
much.
pal.
Yeah.
Not being there. He was kind of a dynamo in that kitchen, a lot of shtick. But, another joyful individual is Sharon Bailey, and she's just she's a
sweet.
ball of fun, right?
What I did is I had a little talk with Mark on the ride in, and I reminded him that we would not forget the dates, which was a running joke we had for 5 years. And then we got there and we toasted him, and we said, "Mark, guide us today. Let's get this right." And we got it right. I think he was there. He was there.
great.
So we got
That's
through it
very
in
sweet.
one
That's
day.
awesome.
But he was truly missed. Truly missed.
And every year it seems to be more efficient, and
Yeah.
this year was no exception, right?
This year we looked like we knew what we were doing this year. We absolutely did. So I was very proud of all my elves. They did great. They did really good. Even when Pony would step away and put his hands on his hips and take a lap around the kitchen with his earbuds in for no apparent reason.
That's
even
wonderful.
that was okay.
That's delightful.
Sometimes.
That is delightful. And everybody happy and healthy?
Yes. Yeah.
No death grip. By the way, I think I asked this the other
Mike,
day.
no
but
cuts, no burns on my arm, no injuries in the bakery this year.
That's good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's good. Is the I've had a weird health 2 weeks where I had absolutely minuscule kind of cold thing in my throat. And yesterday I felt for just a second like it might be down here.
Oh,
right?
moving down to the chest.
But how, as far as the local news up in the Northeast, because you really are down here in Southwest Florida, you get really in a bubble. You get really separated from the rest of the country, even with national news and everything, and reading everything. And I'm an absolute consumer of everything news wise. But what is it up there? Are there people dropping like flies? Is it okay? Is it a story?
It
Is it a
doesn't
thing?
seem there doesn't at least my news cycle, and I don't watch the local news as much as I used to.
right. I do.
Except
That's what
when
I like, yeah.
Tony Perkins is on and Angie Goff, of course, we're friends. Thank you.
Oh, Angie,
And
is
you
funny.
as well.
Angie, I love your social media.
Yeah.
And Angie posted a picture of Adora, her daughter,
Yes.
bathing her in what appeared to be a little like 5-gallon bucket. It was the cutest thing in the world, and the baby is folded in half, and just like like that.
That's
and,
when Angie was between jobs and unhomed, and
by
she
the way,
needed to bathe
Angie,
her child.
wow. I mean, really, she's just stunning and always has been.
You're right.
And just a great mom, and I love her energy and love to get her back on the show at some point. She's a lot of fun. So, I think that, I wonder about where it is around the country because everybody ends up coming down here.
They keep trying to
bring in their death grips.
local news here. The DC news, I think, is trying to manufacture a little panic. They keep occasionally bringing up the triple demic, but I'm not seeing it. And they also, if you go a little deeper, this is one of the years where they say the flu vaccine they got pretty much right, because a lot of times they have to guess on what's in the vaccine for flu. And they said they did a really good job this year. So maybe we'll have a light flu season as well.
Also the overall, oh God, the disposition when people get sick now, nobody's freaking out.
Not like they
everybody,
used to.
no,
Right.
you're like you trust your fellow, for better or worse, your fellow coworker or human being that they have the rest together. Everybody has access to
I
COVID.
was doing deep pulls
tests,
yesterday,
etc.
early on in my round of golf. I was
Yeah.
doing deep pulls, like really deep, thinking
Yeah.
there was something, and that would 2 years ago have so totally freaked me out that I may have even walked off the, say, hey, I don't want to expose
Yeah, I gotta go.
anybody
We'll
to
make sure
that.
everyone's okay. Yeah.
But that wasn't the big thing yesterday.
What was the big
thing yesterday? I'm playing with a very successful gentleman, and he's talking to another very successful gentleman, and they are discussing his, and he's up there near 70 years old, and they're discussing his phone call that he was on down here when he turned his company over to others, including his son.
Okay.
And then he was kind of telling the story a little bit and going, I was over there, and I said, so I said to him, it's yours now, and they're going to keep him. He sold it, and they're keeping his son on to run it, and then he got done telling this story, and as I stood over my golf ball, I noticed that what had fallen from my face was a tear. A tear had fallen from my eye right onto the golf ball as I was controlling my emotions and trying not to sob uncontrollably. As it was not jealousy, it was just this overwhelming sadness of this guy who's worked very hard in his life, and it was there was the tear resting right.
Mike, I'm not familiar with the rules of golf. Is that technically a water hazard?
It is not. It is not. I was able to play the rest of the round, but it was, it is what it is. It's a fun time of year. Everybody seems to have a little extra spring in their step, and I always like to hear about the kitchen. And no disasters this year, none whatsoever.
None. To the point when we were putting in batch number, I think our final batch, and I said, gosh, we've not screwed anything up or had any and everyone said, shut up, we're not done yet. I didn't want to jinx it.
The biggest screw up was like 4 years ago, where you dropped a whole thing of like cooking oil, right?
No, Mike, that was 4 years ago when we stored a gallon of corn syrup on the top shelf, and the shelf was not rated for corn syrup, and in the overnight the shelf broke. The gallon of corn syrup, which is quite hefty, as you know, went through a table.
Corn syrup worse than oil.
Tell me about it. And broke open and laid on the floor overnight to just get hard. And it was the worst cleanup that we've ever had. Although some people will remark of the first year when we overfilled the 30-quart mixer, and I thought the speed control was the clock, and the timer was the speed control. So when I turned it back to turn it on low, it was still on high, and there was a volcano of walnuts, and it was goo and egg and pineapple juice.
What is the key? What is the key element? What is the key process to making these fruitcakes sing?
Nut distribution. There's three kinds.
I'm sorry. That's the key. Jesus Christ.
Mike, there are three
That's
kinds
the key to
of
life
nuts.
as well.
There are three kinds of nuts.
For some of us.
Microfiber towels now available in bulk at Costco.
Aren't those meant for your car?
They're meant for everything, Oscar. They're meant for everything. They're meant for glasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're meant for devices like like your iPhone and your iPad and your MacBook.
They were invented by the host of Dirty Jobs. Microfiber
really
towels. Yeah.
They can be used as visual aids.
Like if you go out to the course, you look good like that. Yeah.
Do you wash them after you're done using them?
Yeah, but this one has, what does it have on it? It's got black marks on it.
He actually sells them on the
that's dust.
market
That's
in
lint.
Japan.
This is lint from the carpet that's in here because it was on the ground.
It's a rude question because I see them be sold in packs of like 50.
Yeah.
I have a pack I bought in April.
Do you throw them
Still
away
sitting
like
over
Jerry Lewis would throw away socks?
No, we launder them. They're perfectly launderable.
That's what I thought. I was like,
perfectly launderable.
I think you can wash them.
Yeah. We can play the mood. We can play the mood game, or we can play the subject game, and I can give you my face. Good video day. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Mike, we just found out that all the fruitcakes have been sold and shipped.
Giving you my honest feeling on that particular subject today.
Right.
Yeah.
We won't go into detail.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Mike, we just found out that Mac has a third testicle. Wouldn't be surprised if that was true, by the way. Who the hell knows?
We had a guy at Marist College. I don't talk about him a lot, but we had Triball. We called him Triball.
But we now know him as Bill O'Reilly.
He had 3, and he showed them to people all the time. Might have been
Really?
AU. Might have been American University.
Well, I know you had a guy at AU that would talk casually and let one slip out of his robe, right?
That was Kevin Cronin, no longer with us, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He's been put away.
Kevin, this was really, you couldn't get, you'd be thrown out of school.
Yeah.
You would be thrown out of school. Kevin would, we had, on our floor, we had 3 distinct categories. We had me, transfer students.
Yep.
We had 4 categories. We had the jocks, a tremendous amount of Division I soccer players were on our floor. Talented guys. We had an amazing, like, NCAA-rated soccer team that year. They were on the floor. Great group of guys. We had the guys that had been there the whole 4 years that were from my state. A lot of guys from Connecticut that were on that floor. And then we had the freshmen. So these categories were the guys that were the biggest rogues, the biggest dogs, were the guys that had been there for 4 years. And there's some guys that, if you're in the dorm for your second year, you're getting to the point where it's time to get out of the dorm, maybe move to off-campus housing, that type of thing.
Right.
So these guys were, I went from Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, to the American University in our nation's capital. And within, I think, a half an hour, when I arrived at American University, I was in the lounge talking to some guys, and I knew instantaneously that this was a fit. Nothing can describe that feeling when you realize that this is a different group of folks that you are going to get along with.
When
and
you
laugh.
start making friends as a young man, now I'm not talking about like high school.
Yeah.
That's fine. That
is fine.
That's a given.
Right.
But in the wild,
Yeah.
as your own person,
It's a
without
rush.
any of your, it's just so much fun.
It's an absolute rush.
Yeah.
Never was I didn't have the lifelong thing. These guys were all 4 years, most of them.
Well, we're entertainers.
But
We're entertainers.
and I think maybe that too, that I don't have the, my brother-in-law, God bless him, for his entire life. He's north of 70 now, and he hangs out. He still goes to weddings and stuff from his fraternity brothers in college. I moved on a long time ago, Let me congratulate Goldie on his retirement.
Show business.
There, that's the show business.
Yeah.
So Kevin Cronin was a larger-than-life personality.
Okay.
He was a big, strapping, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Irishman, which is very rare. You just don't see a guy that's got really light-colored hair, and his nickname was Bam Bam because he had the blonde hair, and he was also very muscular. And
Bam Bam was a character on the Flintstones, Oscar.
and in an Irish way, a really good-looking guy in that Irish way. And when you get a good-looking Irishman, they're, I give you an example. Pierce Brosnan, right? Irish guy, good-looking guy. But he was an absolute nut. And speaking of nuts.
Yes.
Ed Sheeran.
No.
Not the best looking Irish guy.
Not a good example.
He's Irish.
Not a really good example.
He looks like an Irish Mike McIntosh.
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top, not Irish.
No?
Not that guy. No.
Who are other Irish guys?
It's tough to find, but there are a lot of
many of the popes were Irish.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery's a Scotsman.
Welsh, right? Or Scott?
Or Welsh. So Kevin.
William Wallace. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking.
That's a character.
No, he was a real guy, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, he's a real guy, but he's Scottish also.
What about Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell.
Good-looking guy.
Get in
But
line.
what we call a black Irishman with
Whoa.
those
Hey,
big
hey,
bushy-
hey,
What do you mean?
He was dark black hair,
I
black
don't know.
eyebrows,
Let's-
bushy eyebrows, big heavy black beard. Spanish Armada Irishman.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
How I describe.
I
So
don't know if you
anyway,
still say that stuff.
What about Dennis Day?
Dennis O'Day.
The tenor from the Jack Benny Show.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know why I'm telling this story.
Well, great looking Irishman.
Right.
You want to hear what Kevin used to do?
Yes, please.
Yes.
meeting their dates. And usually because we were in the bottom floor, the dates would come from the higher floors down to meet the guys before they go out.
Sure.
And so the McDowell Terrace Lounge was a gathering place for everybody kind of on a Friday night. And you see these freshmen coming down, and they're all polished up, to go out and do whatever they're going to do, go downtown, get a bite to eat, whatever. And Kevin wore, hard to describe this, a beltless, light blue and white terry cloth robe.
Nice.
And he would have it on. Occasionally he would have a T-shirt under it. Most of the time he would. And he would have his briefs on. And he spent almost all of his time in that outfit. Yes, it was like Animal House. It really was
That's
like that.
really, if you think about it in modern, that's horrifying. It's really not okay.
Kevin would... I had learned, because I didn't know this until they told me, watch what he does. They said, watch what he does. So he comes in, and there are freshmen, men and women, that are having a discussion. And Kevin would stand like at the end of the couch having a conversation. Hey, how you doing? Where are you from? Where are you doing this? What are you going? Where are you going tonight? Going down to Armand's Pizza? Yeah, okay, that sounds like that's really cool. And if you look down, Kevin would have his hand on his bag, and it would be, he would be between his thumb and forefinger. He would be just
For girls and guys?
tugging.
Man,
He'd be
a total
tugging,
exposure.
tugging on, and so it was either
You going to get some sausage
it was
on
either
that pizza?
Hank or Rob or one of my
tough,
buddies down there, Rob Johnson, or Hank says, "You got to watch this. Look what he's doing." And he did it, and he had nothing to do with talking to the freshmen. What he did was he was putting on a show for us, and we were over back by the sink, standing there, trying not to laugh out loud as he's sitting there, and he's saying, "Hey, how are you?"
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, we get it. We get it.
And so it was.
Except he wasn't,
Who's your
fully clothed. He had
Who's
just
your
underwear.
friend from American University? I just saw him on Facebook with his daughter.
Oh, no, Alan Wenzel.
Alan Wenzel is
Yeah.
at American University, I believe, with his one of his youngest daughters.
They're visiting,
trying to talk her out of it, as he said.
His line said, no, I thought his line said, trying to convince my wife, my daughter to consider this dump.
Hysterical.
So
From another
funny.
dorm,
I was
though,
like,
Wenzel radio contact. He was one of my radio buddies.
Yeah.
Not the terrace buddies.
Right.
I found these men online, Mike.
Okay.
It's not the first time I've looked. It's, do you know who Kenneth Branagh is?
Branagh.
Sure. Yeah.
Branagh.
Yeah, not Kevin Cronin was better looking than Kenneth Branagh.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy is
Sounds like a morning show.
No, nothing like Kevin Cronin.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. I don't know what happened to this guy. He flipped. And then I have one more. Colin Farrell, I think, is the best looking
Very,
guy.
very regularly.
Liam Neeson.
No, weird looking
No.
guy.
But
Oh,
wonderful.
Weird looking. Why is he weird looking?
Wonderful
It looks,
guy.
well, maybe it's because of the roles he plays. I find him upsetting.
All right.
I could never
and
make
What,
love to
Liam
him.
Neeson?
Yeah, I could never make love to him.
Liam Neeson, though, is like right
He's
up there
a man
with
amongst
Denzel
men.
in the
He's a
revenge
man.
pictures.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's a little scary. Who's that, Oscar?
This is Martin McCann.
I can't see, so I
Can't see anything. Why don't you pull him up? This is probably a good looking guy.
All right, let me
I don't know. Are Irish men tall?
Some,
Some.
yeah, some are.
I always feel like they're like Peaky Blinders small.
What's his name again?
This gentleman is Martin McCann. MC capital C-A-N-N.
That's McCann.
Damn it.
It's like Chuck McCann, Oscar. Come on.
Give me
Use
any
your
Latin names and I'll take care of that.
Right, look at
I don't know. White
no,
Devils.
it's all these guys. You got these guys that are kind of, I mean, not a bad looking guy. I get it.
Most of these
He
Irish
looks like
people
he's
that
been
are
chewing
coming
on
up-
wood.
A lot of these guys that are coming up look like the guy that didn't get the girl in Love Actually. You know, that kind of character.
But I had a
Nice
great time
ball.
with these guys. We had so much fun. And the one last story about Kev. Hi, just go ahead, turn your sound off. He had a regular girlfriend, and they spent so much time together in his dorm room that at one point he secured multiple mattresses from throughout the campus, and his dorm room, There were no. He had a single, so he was
Yes.
by himself, and his dorm room floor was all mattresses. I kid you not. If you
Like that
opened
Playboy Mansion?
No, like the loony bin.
just like a padded room.
Yeah.
You would open the door and you would walk. If you wanted to walk over to a desk, there may have been a little room at the desk,
Yeah.
but the room was mattresses.
That's
That's what it was.
That screams dirty, unsanitary, unpleasant. The whole
It was a
thing.
little. If you'd
Because you're dealing with
done a
college
black light,
mattresses
I'm sure it would have
anyway.
been nasty.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was
when he
not
got
cool.
them, they were probably
Was there
nasty.
beds or was the floor now like the bed?
There was bedding scattered. It was. All right,
It's,
I'm
it's
done.
an interesting. I thought
Making
you.
me a little queasy just thinking
I thought
about it.
you were going to say, and he built
Yeah.
a
Not as
pirate
queasy,
radio station.
Not as
A
queasy. By the way, before we break here, not as queasy as my first roommate at Marist College, who had another regular girlfriend.
Okay.
So that's a story for the bonus show. All right.
All right.
I'll tell you that story. College stories. I've
Mac,
got
they're
a bunch
talking
of them.
about sex.
What?
Yeah. Thanks. All right. On that note, thank you.
There he
Thanks,
is, my
Mac.
MVP.
He
Thanks
just
a
looked
lot.
confused in the other room. I
Yeah.
was like, they're talking about sex.
No, he's
got a-
actually online shopping for mattresses.
Martin McCann. Yeah, I do him. We'll be right back with the continuation of the Mike O'Mara Show, ladies and gentlemen, and the roundtable with a lot
Yes,
of really
indeed.
cool stuff right here. Don't go. Tis the season for hydration, so no matter where or how you're hydrating this season, Liquid IV is the hydration brand to fuel your well-being. I got it right here. Rob's got it right there. Rob, you've repurposed a 7-Eleven.
No,
cup.
it's from
Is that-
Sheets. It's the Thirst record, but it is a great cup. The size is great for Liquid IV. I love it. And I'm being
You're a man.
Lassie.
You're a man in your 50s,
Yeah,
living
I
at
am.
home. That's your glass.
Yeah, you know what? It's a little thing called the environment, Oscar. Care about it.
You're using plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Can I finish the commercial, please?
Yes, let us
All
begin.
right.
Care about it.
The hydration multiplier can keep you going through the end of the year and beyond. Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Remember, Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone, all in a single stick. So good, so easy. Plus now it's available in sugar-free. Choose from 3 delicious flavors: white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. I'm enjoying the peach today. It's so good.
Peach is so
And,
good. It's my favorite.
Just keep them coming, Liquid IV. I love you. Trust me, lemon lime all the time, and peach when you feel like something new. I love them. You will too. Make it a Liquid IV holiday. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. There it is.
Hey, the Kraken is wearing a bathrobe.
Very, very. Yeah, without a belt.
Did it at one time have a belt?
I don't know. Probably, of course.
Yeah, I would think so,
probably.
yeah.
I mean, I just it was different.
It was
Different
unseemly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Brenda Lee. You've heard her a lot recently because the Christmas music is
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. She released "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" 65 years ago, and for the first time ever, it is the #1 song in the country, and it's broken a few records on its way to the top at 78. Brenda is the oldest artist to top the Hot 100, replacing Louis Armstrong, who was 62 when "Hello, Dolly, oh hello," 62 when that hit in 1964. That's a long time. "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" is only the 3rd holiday #1 ever. The first was the Chipmunks song, 1958. That's so weird.
It
That
is.
I was born in 59, and the Chipmunks were around for that's super cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." That's made it 12 times since 2019. And it also has the record for the longest time between a song's release and its rise to #1. Because I was wondering that when I said 2019 when it hit #1. Mariah's Christmas Classic had the previous record. It was released in 1994. and it took 25 years. Can you believe that? 25 years? As
yeah,
good as
has
that song is?
This is only the modern pop era. If you go back to the 30s and 40s, White Christmas hit number one like 10 times. So
Okay.
I mean, this has happened in the past seasonally. And she was called Little Miss Dynamite, Brenda Lee. That was her nickname in the day.
She was 13 when she recorded Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. It came out in
the only
58.
the only reason they recorded it, Mike, is because they had 15 minutes left in a session.
It peaked at number 14 in 1960, then spent 9 weeks at number 2 between December of 2019 and the 2022 holiday season. So number 1. Is she still with us? I don't even know. Is she still with us?
As a matter of fact, would you like to hear the dirty version of Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
Absolutely. Let's hear
All right,
it.
here we
Okay,
go.
go ahead.
Wrong button.
20 days left for Christmas shopping. 20 days left to fill the stocking. 20 days left for Christmas shopping.
Only got 20 days more. My time's a-fleeting.
Hi there. Time's a-fleeting. You better get busy.
All right.
That's when he's sober.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
actual.
you can't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
What?
that.
Oh, but people will want to hear the dirty version. They will.
Oh yeah, we can't. They're going to burn us.
Yeah, they got it. We got it.
We got.
it.
I'm
It's
paying
brief.
No, they're going to burn. They're going to burn us with DRM.
It's just brief. Oh yeah.
No,
You're-
that's what burns us.
You're right.
Mike is the teacher.
I am subscribing to the Prime Directive now.
Yes.
Was lectured on that yesterday.
You gotta let
You're
it
right.
go.
You're right, and I apologize.
Jesus Christ. Trying to do my job
We
here.
were all in school together.
Netflix
That's right.
new movie Family Switch. You gave us a big
Yeah, Oscar
reco
loved
on
it.
that one. That has everything you want from a Christmas family comedy, a zany premise, crazy misunderstandings, and incest. Let me do it again. Incest. That's what some people are saying.
Really?
The movie stars. Oh, God damn it. Oscar, you didn't tell me this.
What?
It stars Jennifer Garner, but her co-star, Ed Helms.
Guys,
Oh,
I'm telling you.
No.
You can't judge that movie on the cast. It's just a Jennifer Gardner film.
A
Garner.
vehicle.
I always get it wrong.
Garner. Garner.
Gardner. Gardner.
They star
I
as a
can't say
married
it.
couple with 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Through some sort of holiday movie magic, Ed changes bodies with his son, and Jennifer changes bodies with her daughter. There's a scene where brother and sister, who are pretending to be the parents, since they are occupying their bodies, are basically pressured by some other adults into kissing on the lips. No, they don't enjoy it. In fact, it pretty much gag their way through it, and they only do it so nobody will figure out what's going on. Still, some viewers were disgusted by it.
Oh,
get
this
a
is
life.
Really? Make
I've
believe.
seen this film. That scene is a nothing burger in the totality of the movie.
Is it funny?
Mike, I felt Shannon threw it on. I was like, "This is no way this can be great," and I passed out. And I woke up to her stifling laughter.
Okay. And
So much so that I watched it again the next day.
Oh, did you?
Also thinking, "There's no way this was that funny."
Right.
And I was stifling laughter.
Oh,
Okay.
that's great.
That's I even with the Helms factor,
Yes.
I'll check
What
it out.
is- and while you're talking about these streaming Christmas movies, what is the problem with Candy Cane Lane, the Eddie Murphy vehicle?
Oh, if you watch, what's the movie called with Jennifer
That's
Gardner?
Switching Christmases?
Family Switch.
Family
Okay,
Switch.
if you watch Family, this is the order. Pro tip, America. Pro tip. Watch Candy Cane Lane to just be like, oh, that's another holiday movie. And then go to Family Switch for the actual main course.
Is Candy Cane Lane like a Dr. Doolittle-y type of,
No.
jive?
No.
No?
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's
How can
worse.
it be?
It looks so bad.
Because you expect Dr. Doolittle, like, okay, I'll get into it. Fine. But it's so lazy
Yeah.
and so manufactured that you just you expect more from Eddie Murphy
You do.
at
I've
this
always
point.
it's been a disappointing filmography. It has. His stand-up is I think one of the naturally most funny human beings.
Can't help it.
That has given so little as far as cinema. I mean, I just wish it was.
I
it
told
was
the
better.
guys off air yesterday, said, wait on Candy Cane Lane unless you absolutely have to watch it
Not
because
gonna
it's a
watch
paycheck.
It. Not
it's just a
going
paycheck.
to watch it. Don't
Well,
intend
Family
to.
Switch, get to it.
Here's a big question. Comes up on this show periodically. Are you giving 100% at work? Or are you listening to your boss and giving 110%? Go ahead and pump the brakes, it says here in this article. There's an idea called the 85% rule, which says instead of giving max effort, loosen up a little and give 85% instead. That keeps you more flexible and more present, helps you be more creative, and keeps you from burning out. The rule actually comes from Carl Lewis. Yes, the Olympic sprinter. He generally started his races slower because he was giving 85%. Then, as he cranked things up, he passed the other runners who were too tense and slowing down. So that's where it comes from. Totally random. I don't hear. It's not credited. I don't know where it's sourced.
I'd kill for 85%. I'd kill for it. Across the board.
We should hire Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis. It's time to announce the word of the year.
Nice.
This is a very exciting day, ladies and gentlemen. The Oxford University Press in England has awarded its prestigious Word of the Year honor. The word, Riz. R-I-Z-Z.
Nice.
Oh, of course.
I saw this on your morning broadcast.
Yeah,
on
my son
way
did
in.
not like me using that term. He did not like it. He said
You
that
used it
incorrectly.
as well as you could.
I tried my best because I
Yes.
just done my show
Should
prep
we-
before I dropped him off. That's
Should
why
he be
I used it.
prohibited from using Riz as I am prohibited from using sus?
No.
I'm
Because
using it for the purpose of
He's
this
doing
news
yeah.
story.
He's doing a show. You're actually trying to be cool.
And
No,
the
no,
problem
that
is,
ship
in
has
an
sailed.
old man way, you use it and use it and
Yeah.
use it and use it way too much because it's the only one you know.
That's right. Well, I could use others. I mean, you know what, Mike? This story
Bring
is
more.
is
Bring
fire.
more, and then no.
You've used that one
Yuck.
multiple times. Give us something new, something fresh.
Yes. Then we can ask you
Come
about
on,
it.
All right,
come on,
this-
something new, something fresh. Come on.
Oh, right now?
Come on, do it.
Real time.
This story is sensationally wonderful.
Riz is internet slang defined as style, charm, or attractiveness, and that's why I used it for my son today, but he said no. Oh, he's knowing it, the ability to attract a romantic or sexual partner. So now I get why it was creepy for me to do that.
Creepy dad.
Jennifer Garner's got the Riz.
Basically a shortened form of charisma, like how fridge is short for refrigerator. Unfortunately, this means Taylor Swift was snubbed. Riz beat out 3 other finalists, including Swiftie, which doesn't need to be defined. It's unclear whether this decision will draw the ire of Swift fans. Of course it will. What do they have to
they're
get
cranky
excited
folks.
about? The others were prompt, the instruction given to an AI program or any other program, right? It's not
I
just
think
AI.
prompt is just, being aware of time limits and getting there on time.
Situationship was the other one.
Oh, I know situation.
That's
I
a
don't
romantic
know-
or sexual relationship that's not
Yeah.
considered to be formal
Oh,
or
okay.
established. Are you guys dating? We have a situationship,
Yeah.
Ah,
which consists of horny man,
No.
horny
Yeah.
man, horny
they
man.
might
No,
date. They
it's
might
a-
date if she had Riz.
Well, no. Why is it always her? You're locked in the 50s.
I am. I'm happy here. Come
You would have
visit
been
sometime.
perfect.
It's nice.
You would have been perfect in that lab in lessons in chemistry.
Yeah.
I would have, but I would not
Yes.
be I would not be alongside
Yes.
the lady. I would.
You would
one
be.
of the
You'd be
corporate
so
guys.
mad. Yeah, you would be
Oh.
so mad. Be like, she can't be a scientist.
Right. No, you be in the lab with all the guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With a bow tie and a lab coat.
Thanks for the call. Can we get some coffee over here?
Sure
and
would
she'd
love
look
some
at
coffee
you
here,
like
yeah.
she wanted to kill you.
That's right.
Finally, today, the average person has gone on $3,025.12 worth of dates within the past year, according to new research. A survey of 2,000 general population Americans, single I assume, looked at the cost of dating and relationships within the past year. The average respondent has gone on 8 dates in the past months, costing $189 each. This lines up with what respondents estimate a good date should cost, $196, very close there.
Yeah.
But 1 in 8 expect to spend even more, at least $300 on each date night. That's getting into the rarefied air there. Results showed that men have higher expectations, believing that, I'm going to sneeze, good dates, I'm allergic to spending.
Call it and win every time Mike sneezes.
Believing that good date should cost about $220, while the average woman believes a good date should cost $170. So the guys are more expensive, the women are cheaper. I think that's wonderful. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
I was up to a point where I was using about 180 a date, and then I changed which escort service I used, and I was able to save a lot of money.
Thank you. Thank you for going for the prostitution joke. That was low-hanging fruit, but still gave us a smile. Thank you, Robb Spiewak.
Had to be done.
We appreciate that. We will take a break, and I have, and I can say this with great authority, I have absolutely no idea what we're going to talk about next.
Oh, fun!
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. You have the honor, the privilege, the great joy of listening to us. Everybody's out there shopping. After all, 'tis the season, but it's crazy out there. Crazy. Don't you wish shopping could be more easy? It can. It can. It can.
Yay!
Just hit up the Mike O'Mara Show online store. From legacy T-shirts and cozy hoodies to morning transforming coffee mugs, it's your one-stop shop to show your TMOS passion. And yes, we have key tags. Do we have key tags? Yeah, we do have key tags.
Yes, of course we do.
I missed those.
Do you want to see them?
Yeah. Show
I
us
can
a
grab
key
them.
tag.
Yeah.
You can easily get the best merch for you and a loved one. Share the TMOS gospel. We hand select everything for top-tier quality and killer looks. Grab your TMOS gear and support the show you love. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. TMOSstore.com, the source for all things TMOS, official, authentic, and awesome. Thank you for your support, Possums. It's all happening at TMOSstore.com, and we thank you in advance for that. I have padded long enough through the
Mike,
commercial.
I will jump in here. I spoke to you, I guess, a day or so ago about a recommended holiday beverage that I have for the Christmas time.
Okay.
And I will share that now if you would like.
I'd like to hear it because there's one I like that might be a summer refreshing thing, but I'm a big fan of the Aperol Spritz,
Yes.
which is Prosecco,
Very good.
Aperol, and I think that might be it. I'm not.
Look
there's
at-
the key.
Look
There's
what's
the
being
key.
lowered. And remember, Mike, when
There
it
it
lowers
is.
all the way, it's the new
There
year.
it is. That's beautiful. Now I remember.
love it.
Made out of
Yes.
rubber. Made
Yes.
out of rubber.
So it doesn't hurt in your pocket.
Thank you, Oscar. Much appreciated.
Beautiful. God, he could be a
Okay.
hand model, couldn't he?
There you go. Beautiful job. Very,
Yeah.
very nice. Very
And Aperol
nice.
Spritz is traditional. I think the Cosmopolitan with the cranberry stuff is a traditional one.
Is
but
an
I
Aperol
can't have
Spritz
those.
Prosecco, Aperol, and soda water?
I think
or
it's got
is
a
it-
splash of water, and sometimes it has like a garnish. I've seen it garnished with like a pine sprig, even like a bit of spruce.
Soda.
Or
I think it's
evergreen.
soda water, Aperol. And,
What's this?
And
The Aperol Spritz.
The Aperol Spritz.
Oh, I don't even know what I hear people order that. I don't even know what it.
Very popular.
Why would you want it?
We're talking about holiday beverages, and that's
But
cool.
I can't have a spritz, and I can't have
You
an
can't
old-fashioned.
have anything alcoholic.
I can't.
So
what I've been doing
Well,
is
but don't make it sound like it's a sad thing.
no, it's a good thing. But I've been
Yeah.
searching
it's
for an
a
alternative.
required thing.
Mike, for those of you who are in the same boat as I, this is what you must do. I've
Your
sampled.
liver GPA is 0.0.
I have.
All right.
I have been asked to leave the University of Health because I failed out. I have tried every non-alcoholic beer out there.
Okay.
And up until now, I sort of settled if I wanted to have like a beer with some pretzels, you wanted to bring something to a party that you can sip on, the Budweiser beer. But I was never quite satisfied with it until this week, Mike. I can 100% guarantee Heineken 0.0 is a good non-alcoholic beer. It tastes like a Heineken.
Really?
But one complaint, it
Yeah.
is pricey, and it is they do the thing with the 11.2 ounce can instead of a 12 ounce can. But
Right.
I will tell you this, and also since it is the non-alcoholic, no sense you can't have one in the morning.
Is it 0 calories or does it have calories in it?
No, it has like 64 calories. It's very low calorie.
Okay.
But
All right.
it's got a good nose on it. Smells like a beer, and
Yeah.
That can looks so small in your hand.
I know. And his big meat hook.
Yeah.
it tastes like a Heineken.
And
It
do you
really
like?
does.
I thought you were a Beck's guy, not a Heineken guy.
Actually, you know what?
You like the
Anything
German
German.
quality of beer.
Yeah, anything
Well,
hateful.
that's
I
not-
always
that's
thought
a Dutch. That's Holland,
this is a
right?
Dutch beer, and actually Heineken, real Heineken, is got a touch of sweetness that I don't go for. This does not. This tastes like a proper German beer. So if
I
you
got
want
a Dutch.
to,
I got a Dutch buddy. I really do. I have a Dutch friend that said he's like in the vein of Germans. They if it's on the mind, it's out the. So I was in the money last Friday again, and I've done really, really well this season because I happen to get on good teams. And so I come in and like right out of the bus, I say, "Hey, how you doing, man?" He goes, "I don't think I trust you anymore." It was funny. It was funny. He was trying to be funny, but it was so direct that it kind of took me aback. I don't think I trust you anymore.
did you ask him about his oven?
What? Why
His Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven.
Oh God! Okay. I thought you were going in another direction.
No, Mike. He's
You know
Dutch.
what I've been watching online?
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
I know.
God! What's
But anyway,
wrong
my
with my
holiday
brain?
My holiday beer recommendation, and they're cracking down on drunk driving and everything. And if you want to substitute,
How dare they?
That's so funny the way he said that, isn't it? Hey, listen. It's 2023.
It is.
Here's a bulletin.
Yeah.
The cops don't want you to drive under the influence of
this is
alcohol.
true. It's really come to this.
Hey, listen,
it has
folks.
come to this.
Here's a great non-alcoholic beer. They've been really cracking down on that lately.
I know.
Lately.
And there's this group with a bunch of mothers that they're really
Are they
they
for
don't want
or
they don't
against?
want
Are they
they
for
don't
or
want you
against
to they don't want you to drink and drive either.
Okay, let me clarify
God,
what I
man.
said. Is that
You
there
need,
is a
you need to go out of those doors and get out into the sunshine. You do.
There is
Yes.
a refocused effort. I saw it
You
on
wearing
the
shoes
news
today? Are you wearing shoes today?
I'm wearing slippers today, Mike.
You wearing slippers?
I am.
Could we
there's
get a
some
gander?
coverage.
Could we get a
Yeah,
gander
let's
at the
see 'em.
slipper? You're
Not
not on your
after that.
doesn't have
Not
to be
after
on
that
your
last
on.
crack. No.
Come
Could
on.
you take the slipper off and
I'll
show
show
us?
you
it.
one slipper.
Let's see the moccasin.
They're not.
Here, let me see. I am so looking forward. This might be my favorite part of the show right now. I'm waiting for the reveal.
You are both Class A jerks, by the way. And it has a rubber sole, so should I need to go outside for an emergency?
Leave it to Beaver. Hold it up again.
No, you
Oh my
don't get it
God.
again. You don't get it again. How
That's
dare
a
you?
slipper that's like you friend.
Well, what would be a modern slipper? What's a modern slipper?
I don't know, but that's just really funny. That one.
Cheers.
Please, one more look. Please,
Yeah, we just
one more
gotta-
look.
All right, I'll
Give
show
us
you.
a
You know what? I'll show you the left one.
This thing.
Ready?
Yes. Look at that thing. Look at that.
Fleece
There
line.
it is.
Yeah.
Do you have a pipe laying around you somewhere?
Oh my God, that is.
Yeah,
we had both robes and slippers
It's
on the show today.
robe and slipper.
That's right.
1950s quiz. Remember, when he's coming home, make the children presentable and keep them quiet.
Take
Set
a few
his
moments
slippers
to
at the
fix your
door.
makeup, ladies. And remember, don't drive drunk if you think you're going
Wow.
to get caught.
He likes his
Wow.
coffee black.
Oh my God! All right, well,
Anyway,
that's
Heineken
why-
0.0. La la la.
All right, very good. You don't like what's that? O'Doul's?
No, I don't like O'Doul's. I don't like the Corona. The Budweiser is passable. Amazingly, one of the worst ones is Beck's. Beck's is no good. The Beck's non-alcoholic. So
Do you know when I've been on the wagon and I've gone as long as a year? I will tell you, my go-to is just a soda water with some lime in it.
that's good. It's very good.
It looks. I just think that no calories and yeah, you
I'm
get
a
that
water
kind of-
guy.
You're a when you're not
Yeah.
drinking at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
like
Because you got to stay hydrated as you're
No,
talking
but if
to
you
people,
go to
right?
a party, for example,
Yes.
or you go to a bar and you get a rocks glass that has a few limes in it.
Oh, you could totally
with
fake
some
it. Yeah, you
fizz,
can
you're
make-
sitting
yeah,
there
you're
going,
good,
and
you're
nobody's
good.
going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
give
yeah.
you,
Any
the
guff
lines.
or
How come you're
question?
not having a drink?
Yeah, you okay?
And of course, I used to use the standard line given to me by someone in recovery, a friend of mine I stole it. I use it all the time. Said, "How come you're not drinking?" He said, "You look at the bartender, you go, I'm allergic." "You are, really?" He said, "Yeah, I break out an asshole."
Great. Great line.
All right. So, happy holidays, and we have to take a
Yes,
break.
and so that's a good alternative. I think you will all
when we
enjoy,
come
I
back,
think.
Oscar's World. I have no
Oscar's
idea because he was a late arrival, but let me tell you something about Oscar. There is always something going on.
Cooking.
Always
Always cooking.
something cooking. Might not even be a food story, but it's cooking.
Cooking,
When we come
baby.
back, we'll get more fun and more thrills on the Michael Mary Show. Whoa,
Slippers.
Whoa. Come on. There you are. Do you want to lose 21% of your weight? I've lost over 65 pounds, and I'm excited to share with you that dermglowskin.com is now your one-stop shop for finally getting control of your weight problem. All you have to do is click the weight loss button at dermglowskin.com. Take the quiz. You see if you qualify. If you do, a doctor will write you a prescription, the pharmacy will fill it, and your weight loss medication will be shipped directly to your house just like it was to mine. These are the real weight loss products, folks. Semaglutide and tirzepatide that you've heard so much about. It seems like it's not a day goes by without an article written about them. Now you can get them by going to dermglowskin.com. If you are already on it, do what I did. You can show the doctor your prescription and easily make the switch. I already did, and I'm still losing weight. To date, over 65. Go ahead, get excited, and do it all online right now at dermglowskin.com. If you've struggled with weight for too long, click the weight loss button and begin the best journey of your life. Be like our proud partner, James Coco. Yes, James Emile Coco was born in Little Italy and had a storied career on stage and in film. TV success eluded him until he secured one of his later television assignments, a recurring role as Nick Milano on the sitcom Who's the Boss.
Great.
Coco died exactly one day after his final appearance on Who's the Boss. It was broadcast. That's after the final, it had a question mark and stuff. Whatever. James Coco. I wish I'd started my Derm Glow ritual sooner. That's what he said.
Yes.
He was cremated, and the funeral notice offered all who attended his services a hot cup of cocoa. There's one person enjoying this. And
I don't
right
even
there.
understand it, but I love that he loves it.
Don't even try.
Some people do.
Some people there are a few select individuals that are out there.
Cup of cocoa.
Okay, yeah, there you go. A hot cup of cocoa, his ashes, cooking them up. Oscar.
Derm Glow.
Derm Glow Skin.
Derm Glow.
There it is, right there. There's the logo. Isn't that pretty? Very nice. Okay, you done? Are you done? Have you enjoyed yourself enough now? You narcissistic
Mike,
hump.
I told you I was excited about it. That's all.
Oscar, how are things?
Good. I'm planning a wonderful vacation in Los Angeles. Looks like we're going to be able to go, which is fantastic. We'll be flying out of here on the 19th and heading towards the West Coast. So another couple weeks in the holidays in Los Angeles. And Mike, as you know, every year I try to game the system, and I had a hack of all hacks, which I think your brother-in-law, Robb Spiewak, signed off on, the Fox car rental. A place where you have to go off the beaten path to not the nicest part of Los Angeles in your LAX.
There are a few of these companies
Yes.
that now some of them are just super cheap, like that one, Fox, and others are you can get like a cool kind of car, but they're not that cheap, So
Yes. So this year,
But they're not
my
necessarily airport adjacent. Is that what you're
they
saying?
are not airport adjacent, and it costs so much to get there. So it all comes out in the wash.
Right.
And they don't have an awning at the drop-off spot, so God forbid it's raining, that you will get soaked as you're waiting to
there's
get
your car over there. Keys are in the back.
And
they're
Shannon
like on a
said
big,
to me,
big wooden clipboard back there. That
my
thing.
wife finally is at a place, and I'm finally in a place in my marriage where I know I hate saying this, but like as long as she's happy, I'm happy. I'm moving on with life. Fine. I'm not fighting it anymore.
Happy wife, happy life.
Gross,
what they say.
but it's the truth.
I
It's the
use
truth.
mine as Carla goes, so goes the household. It's true.
Fair, and I'm okay with that. I let it. I'm fine.
Yep.
Mine
She says-
is she awake?
Okay.
She said, "Do you mind not taking us to the Eastern Promises rent-a-car place this year?"
Eastern Promises. Hello, Boychek. We notice you want car. Look, you want a clean steering wheel. Why don't you go to a fancy budget place like Hartz or Avis? You come to Fox, we give you car. It's fine.
This one has ashtray.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Man over there, he wants car with non-sticky steering wheel. Oh, Mr. Fancy,
What he doesn't know that is safety feature. Keep hand on wheel because he's sticky.
Absolutely. It looked to me I talked to Yuri down at service center. Yuri say to me, it looked like previous driver may have stopped at Krispy Kreme for donut and not used napkin on wheel. That's what it is. And
Napkin.
and car smell like cigarette.
Yeah.
Always
So,
do.
all accurate and all to save a buck. And I think Shannon and I are coming to a shorthand of like, she's basically calling me cheap.
Well, you're living within your means.
Yes.
Yes, but also maybe too frugal at times. And this is what really got me, where she said, it's not the best way to arrive and set the tone for a trip when you're fighting to get to a car rental place, and then the anxiety that comes with if you're going to get the car we all want, or is it going to be exclusive compact, as they call it.
Let me ask this. Is there with this particular rental outfit, is there an element of chance to the pickup? Like when you get there, because I know you're a wheeler dealer, where you might get a decent car or you might get a clinker.
It's been 50-50 because the last time we were there, so the bid is this. You reserve a compact. You get there, you're like, can I get an upgrade? And then you upgrade. And it's not, it's basically you get the best deal that is on the other side of that counter.
If something comes in and it's
if
available.
something is available,
and it's not spoken for. All right, let me ask you this. On a great day, the luckiest day in the world, what would
a
be?
Durango. Dodge Durango. Why are you laughing? They're not so bad.
No, they're not bad. They're powerful. They got Hemis in them, some of them.
Yeah.
Not the Hemi version.
And it's a little bit of a showy car. I mean, that's fine. That's a showy rental. Yeah.
Showy?
Yeah. It's not like a Ford Fiesta. I mean, it's got a little personality to
I
it.
think the Ford Fiesta might be the modern ones.
Are nicer.
They might be a little.
If they make them,
decent.
for God's sakes.
It's the car of Oscar's people, the Fiesta.
So I said, Peach, say no more. I got you. So I don't know. Maybe you're pulling my heartstrings. I can tell she's been through the mill with me in rent-a-cars. So I go
but
to Turo.
only that, Mike.
Turo.
Oh God, I would no more do that. I'd be freaked out by that. Turo is where you get somebody else's car.
Yeah, you've used it before, haven't you?
No, I tried to.
Oh,
and this is in the early days of Turo.
So you make the pivot now for LA.
I make the pivot.
I
book Turo.
You book it. You've booked the
I
car.
book it. I have booked the car.
I
went out.
I'm all ears. Tell me about the car.
And I splurged, Mike. I splurged on a great one.
What do you get?
A Mercedes-Benz SL63. New. 2023.
It's a great one.
How many days are you going to have it?
5 days. 5 days.
Text me how much it costs.
Oh, I'll text you.
Per day. Do you get a better deal if you do it for longer?
I got the early bird discount.
Because you're looking ahead.
It's
That's
5
nice.
days we're talking about here.
Right.
I've got rental car rates
Yes.
from one place because I was going to rent a car today while I'm getting my car serviced, but I chose not to. And so I've got the number in my head for a rental, a run-of-the-mill rental that I chose
Total
not to
cost
do.
of rental
5 days
was
worth.
roughly...
Does it include fees and carrying costs and all that stuff?
Yeah, not because you have to put a big deposit down.
That's a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll text it to the team. Hold
And
on.
he'll fit in good in LA with that. He'll look like a Los Angeles guy.
I figured it'd be something fun for my wife to show her what. Fine, you want something nice? Here you go.
Will you
right?
let it? Will she drive it?
No.
That's not as much as I thought.
Not bad with the early bird discount. Still a lot. You could get a nice car for 2 weeks essentially in Los Angeles for that much money.
That's if you were paying that
Fox rent a car, you can get something for a month.
right, and if you were if you were renting a car like that from a regular rental place, you'd be paying 4 times that.
Right.
Yeah, so not bad, right?
I mean,
because
I think for a week, it's a few $100 more than the regular rental.
How do they arrange
the way I
the
look at
pickup and transfer? Because that's another thing that you got to worry about.
just so you know, I did do comparison shopping. I went to other rent-a-car places where they had this car available, and Mike, you're right.
Yeah.
It'd be so much more expensive.
More expensive, but yeah, with Turo, you have the benefit of going to you never know where you're going to go. Oh,
yes.
That's in Service Bay and Beck of.
This is the way it works.
Yes.
Just briefly, you book it. The owner of the car has to confirm the booking. Confirm it.
Okay.
If they confirm the booking, then you're okay. But before you book, you have to write something about yourself to the owner. So I write an effing bio of who I am and how I will take care of their vehicle. The guy writes me back, thank you for the thoughtful note. Most people don't take the time to write considerations. I even put my LinkedIn bio that I'm an adult and I'm not some stranger.
I look forward to finding out how you did with that. Because
it would be nice.
It would be a nice
but it's
option.
not going to happen because that jerk canceled my confirmation not 3 hours ago and said he's not comfortable. Was it renting his car to someone without any reviews on Turo? And I said, so I called Turo this morning and I said, this jerk canceled my reservation. What's my recourse? Let's try to find you another vehicle.
Did
That sucks.
No, well, I said I don't want to use this garbage again, so I can have this roller coaster of like, can I? I'm going
it
back
sounded
to Fox.
a little too good to be true.
Back to Fox, baby.
All right, enjoy your Durango. We have to take a break. That's
Showy car.
That's boy. All right, yeah, too good
Mike,
to be
you know
true.
who owned that Mercedes? This is amazing. It was young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon, yeah.
Yeah, and he just put him out to pasture.
Little pompous
What's the
ass
point
is
of
what he is.
confirming
Yeah.
if they're just going to cancel?
I know. And I bet your note was well thought out,
Yeah.
That's a crying shame. We'll be right back.
It is a crying shame.
It is indeed. Hey, let's talk about Chime. Improving your credit score might not be at the top of your naughty or nice list, but low or no credit can make holiday shopping horrendous. So, no matter what you're buying this season, use the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card to build your credit scores with on-time payments for everyday purchases. Plus, there's no annual fee, interest, or credit check to get started. Use it like a Visa card at all Visa-accepted spots to bolster your credit with your own funds. Level up your credit game with Chime. Seize your financial future. Do it. And God bless us, everyone. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Please continue. My apologies.
Start building up your credit right now. Open a Chime checking account with at least a $200 qualifying direct deposit to get started. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank, NA member FDIC. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. Call 1-844-244-6363 for details. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boom! Boom!
Flip it.
Mike, I just
The flip side.
Oscar.
and Rob, I just sent you a screenshot of what the guy wrote me. I'd love you just to read it on
Okay.
air. The guy who canceled my reservation. This makes zero sense to me.
Anth-
Why would you actually get through this?
Mike, may I read it? I have it right here.
Go right ahead.
This is from Anthony D. Hey, how you doing? Anthony D. from Turo said, quote, I do not feel safe renting my vehicle hour for that long duration when the customer has no reviews. But if it's your first time using Turo, you're not going to have any
How
reviews.
the F are you ever going to be able to rent your car, dude?
I know.
If you're just, what's the point of putting your car up there? I think people just put it up there like on a lark.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, maybe I'll do this.
I think
and
you're
then they
absolutely
realize,
right. And I
Right?
think a car, look, that kind of car, you know, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, really, you're either doing it or you're not doing it. And I think if you need
What's
to do
the point?
that, what he's trying to do is make his car payment. That's what he's trying to do. My opinion could be wrong.
There was a follow-up from Anthony D. He also said,
I'm over here now.
Take it away, Rob. Go ahead.
all right. You know, I hate talking birds.
Yeah.
They live too long. I don't trust them. Also, I love the Baltimore accent, which makes this almost a perfect tape. It's Tango the Cockatoo, and this Baltimore bird needs attention.
Come on, man. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. No! You can wait a minute. I am trying to write an email.
This gray parrot is on this guy's shoulder. It's an African gray, screaming at him.
Hey, bird. I love birds. Never had one, but I love them.
He's pissed.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
That might
I'm on
be
the
my
phone.
favorite of the month right there.
It's so good. Thank you,
That's
Oscar,
awesome.
for sending that. I love that.
That
And we're a
is
little short on time.
spectacular. Okay.
So let's
Save
close with
that.
this
You
one.
keep that hanging around. I want to see that again tomorrow.
Sure. We
All
can
right.
do a rerun tomorrow.
All right.
This is a cowboy video, and they talk about 8.5 seconds is a great ride. This poor guy, what you're going to hear is a great actual clunk of a head. And, they don't wear helmets. They wear cowboy hats. So this is a guy at the rodeo championships, and this is what I would call a
Can I
bad
stop
day.
you, though, just for full
please.
disclosure?
Yeah.
The cowboy hats usually have a
Oh, do they have
barrier
reinforcements?
inside of them. Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sure that helped him all that much this time because, Mike, this is what I call a bad day at the rodeo.
This bull's got his head down. He's wanting to get his head up. He's going to take him anyway. That's why I wanted him to get his head up.
Boy, oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
That became a 5-second example of why you may not want to become a bull rider.
So the
Okay,
bull
but
actually
it didn't
bucked
look like
him.
he was bleeding. It didn't look like he broke his nose.
No. But he was the full weight of the bull pushed
Yeah.
him into the release
I mean,
stall.
it's the toughest men in the world. I mean, it really
Yeah.
is. Some of the toughest guys in the world do that. George Michael, God rest his soul, used to love
Yeah.
love the rodeo.
There's
Fantastic.
a good picture of the bull
Oh,
actually
my God.
On its hind legs, leaning the guy
Yeah.
up against the cage. Jesus.
Well, anyway, that's why I quit my time at the rodeo, Mike. That's all I have for you.
That's it. We got to take a break. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Thank you for supporting us. Please get yourself a bonus show. We'd appreciate that.
Get a keychain.
The keychain. Get yourself a keychain today. There it is. Made out of rubber. Look, it's flexible, just like we are. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. For Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Michael Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Where are you going? Going upstairs. Because I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set. Okay? Do that. I am warning you right now. If you touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
Where's the money?